Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is a brand new animated series on Disney Plus Hotstar, and we got the chance to speak to Peter Parker himself, Hudson Thames. Can I tell you right off the bat, this thing's amazing.
Oh, thanks, dude.
I it's just I've been a Spider-Man fan my whole life, so this thing took me all the way back. It's great to have Spidey back as like an actual teenager, which is great. And you've done Peter Parker before in What If, and I was curious if this part was just a given. Like, were you now the guy they go to, or did you have to audition, or how did you get this role?
I didn't have to audition, but I think there was like a really natural audition process that kind of has happened over the last like 3 or 4 years with What If and some video games and theme park stuff. Like, I think that kind of helped this happen, and it just kind of made the most sense when this show was ready.
You feel very natural in the part. I felt completely in from the very first minute, and I was curious, how did you go about finding Peter's voice in this one? Because obviously it's different. And if you jump in the weeds with me, is it about keeping certain elements? Did you have to, because he's part of the MCU, did you have to channel Tom Holland? Like, what was going on there?
Well, I so appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much for saying that. Yeah, it's funny. So like my first reaction was like, okay, because with What If, I was kind of trying to toe this line of like giving people what they kind of were expecting from that version of this Spider-Man and what they, honoring that. And then, when this series happened, I really was thinking about that a lot, and I had some conversations with Marvel about it. And luckily, this was it's a new iteration, it's a new thing, it's modern, it's 2025, it's the newest Spider-Man we're seeing, and the most helpful R&D for me was literally to go back and like watch old skateboarding videos, like the things that excited me in high school,
Right.
and putting myself back in that headspace because like yeah, again, I'm with you. I was like so stoked that like this is a young spazzy crazy Peter, and like
Yeah,
just tapping into that youth, man.
that is fantastic. And that means you got to make it your own as well.
Yeah, but it has to be my own, just like Tom's has to be his. Like it has to feel honest and like my representation of like a high school kid and like those feelings and how everything has so much pressure and so much stakes and like remembering that.
So when it comes to playing someone much younger, what does it involve? Is it a question of energy? Is it a question of modulating tone? Like what is that process for you?
I think there's just a lot of really serendipitous things for me. Like as soon as I start doing anything, like my voice gets really high. So it's like when speed is added to the equation, like the vocal stuff just kind of happens, which is nice. But it's really like trying to just stay honest. And for whatever reason, man, I'm a kid. I'm a giant kid who never wants to grow up. I have Peter Pan syndrome, so it came very naturally.
Oh God, aren't we all, man? I'm almost out of time, but I just wanted to say I think it is a phenomenal performance. And I say that because I think there there's range between your conversations with May and with Norman Osborn and with the way you deal with the friends in school. And it's really good, dude. So congratulations.
Thank you, man. And Jeff and Mel and everyone who helped craft the show are like, I think did such a brilliant job of that, of like, adding a lot of real lifeness to this animated show, and Peter dealing with like things that feel heavy, and I was appreciative of that, like that was
Y-
being tackled.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Bring on season two. Thanks, man.
Yeah, dude, I'm right there with you.
Watch out for that ladder!
Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is now streaming on Disney Plus Hotstar. Check it out. It is absolutely fantastic. Let us know what you think. Sound off in the comments. And thank you so much for watching.